This episode of Made in America is brought to you by America's Inventor Lady and Home Talk USA. Home Talk is a proud member of the King's Broadcasting Network, which has been bringing you the best in home-based innovation since 1998.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us for this episode of Made in America.
This segment is brought to you by the law offices of R.P. Baraska. RPB law offices have been bringing corporate-level legal expertise to the independent inventor community for more than 20 years. For all your inventing legal needs, trust rpblawoffices.com.
Welcome, America. That's right. We want to welcome all of you that's now tuning in to the Made in America show, that was listening to the Invent America show with the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton, and the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Want to welcome all of you. We just make it so easy that you could start with Home Talk and then go to Invent America. Now you got Made in America. So you don't have to do nothing, but we do all the work, right, Rita?
That's right.
Rita Crompton, inventor lady. So I got a lot going on. Made in America. Can you tell us a little bit about our guest that's going to be coming up shortly?
Absolutely. I have got Bruce and Melanie Thomas. They are from the West Coast. They've got a cool new product called Retain Spray. And he grew up with this. He got the idea from his father. And he's not 15 anymore. So the whole idea that people grow with their businesses. And, they're made right here in America, and they've been selling it. I've known them for several years now. And, it's been wonderful to watch them grow with their product and get it out there and, revamp it and change the name and change this and do a new one. And every time I go out there and snip off my roses, I think about them. So, being able to, watch the companies grow, made right here in our own backyard, it's a privilege. It really is.
Well, I'm excited to tell you that boulder is just rolling down the hill right now because, we broke it on this story about a year ago that we thought that the federal government needs to do a better job than kind of exposing all the companies that are out there that say, hey, made in the United States aren't actually producing here in the United States or just putting an American flag. And for the last year, every week we've been pounding on this. And I need to tell you, Rita, that they're coming down with some heavy fines now, and the federal government's really coming down and say, hey, to protect the companies that are actually manufactured and distributing here in the United States. Now, we've had some exemptions about raw materials, and we talked about all that. Oh, yeah. But at the end of the day, we just want to fabricate here. We just want the ideas to come here, protect your investment, protect your product, get it patent, and follow the legal steps and then produce it here. And then the features and benefits. And I'm excited that we can get all these companies. But the whole goal, I'd like to find out why they decided to do that when they got so many options, why they decide to produce here in the United States, which is also a lot of companies that are just starting out are starting to realize that, hey, America's here, America's back. Rita?
Oh, absolutely. And I think as more and more consumers are realizing that the quality of the American-made product is better, and so they go and they start looking and they start asking better questions. Yeah. And it has a lot to do then with that interaction of, I want to buy Made in America. And so they go looking for Made in America. Well, then when the inventors are looking at, price points and comparing, and, we've got more options now with, AI and, just the the different abilities of factories to put things together. And so we were able to be more competitive and keep those price points in line. But it's been a wonderful, last 15 years that we've seen more of the made in America come back right to
Yeah.
our own backyard.
And you heard, and I've done my experiments, I've done my tests, I've done my, on field camouflage deception there a little bit, at the certain box stores to see if that answer the question. If we give the American consumer a reason to buy American products, would they buy it? Even though there's a price difference of maybe 30%, 25% or whatever. And every time, that, Rita, every time the American consumer has really, stepped up to say, hey, just give me a reason why I should buy it. And if you just put out your little bullet points, you'd be shocked. But I am convinced, and through my experiments, and that the American consumer will buy American if you give them a good reason to buy. And we already know what the reasons are. We've covered it. We've covered this many weeks on this show. Well, but at the end of the day, there's faith in the American consumer that they're going to support American products. But then on the flip side, I've been very crucial and I've been very hard on the companies themselves to participate in why they should buy your product. And we talked about that. It's more than just sticking that American flag. You got to give them, the bullet points of why. And they just simply weren't doing a great job doing that. But
well, hey, I know that there's a large, very famous factory about 25 minutes from where I live.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Everybody's got that product in their kitchen. They just may not realize that the factory's right here in our own backyard.
Yeah.
And yet, when you're walking down the grocery store aisle, man, everybody's picking that can right off the shelf. Yeah. And the competitive cans, all right, they're coming from overseas. They're coming from somewhere else. But that one, and it's like, oh, it's wonderful to see those products now. But, we certainly pay more attention to Made in America. Yeah. And, I had to get some medicine for my dogs. And, I, went online to look, and it's like, oh my God, it's Made in America. Well, I want that one right there. That one, get me the Made in America, because I know it's not going to have the poisons in it and the nasty stuff in it. And when they say this is the dosage, that's going to be the dosage they take.
Yeah. Safety issues, water quality issues, air issues, the dirty water, dirty manufacturing plants that don't abide by American standards to produce, and a lot of the recalls are going to start hitting too. Overseas recalls are starting to hit too, because it just doesn't read our quality standards when it comes to producing these products and services, especially unsafe living conditions, child labor that's really been exposed big time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. But the quality of life that a community has, their infrastructure, and we've talked about that, has really no comparison from a area or a city that actually has a manufacturing plant, like your manufacturing plant. And I'm going to mention them. They don't pay us anything to mention their name. Is Bush's Beans. You dismissed. Yeah. It's Bush's Beans. I know you kind of hesitant. It's Bush's Beans, and what a tremendous story. And they got a great quality American, baked bean. And with a very famous American quarterback who happens to be from where? New Orleans. So, I got to slip that in there.
Okay. I was thinking more about the cute dog that talks, but, whatever.
Oh, you want about the dog. But, so tell us a little bit. So our guest is going to be coming up right before the break, and they have their American story. And I know we're going to talk about their path to get it on the market. And I'm sure it's going to be a tremendous story. But again, Rita, a lot going on in when it comes to Made in America technology, Made in America from the government. And also, I want to mention the last guest you had from Canada that explained to us, and you covered a lot of issues. And it was amazing, some of the issues that we're facing with our Canadian sister up there is just similar. It's just the same story. It doesn't matter, like you said, where you're located. It's the same problems, you know?
Yep, absolutely. They have the same challenges that we do, as getting, back and forth across the line. And the American market for her product is going to be a bigger market just because we got more
Yeah.
people. I
Yeah.
mean, it comes right down to how many people we've got. And the the challenges that are involved. So
Well,
we're going
yeah.
to give them a hand, and certainly with Melanie and Bruce being able to sell their product and get it out there. So it's really fun to be able to help everybody get their products out there.
All right. It's about that time. We have to step away. And I'm actually broadcasting from the famous Golden Hammer microphone. That's right. I still have it. It's not gold anymore, but I have to redo it. But I always enjoy throwing that in. But we're going to take a short break. This is the Made in America show. I am the Cajun contractor, Michael King, along with the inventor lady herself, Rita Crumpton. We're going to be right back with our first guest, first topic, right here on the King's Broadcasting Network. I'm the Cajun Man. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere, you hear? Yeah, man, we're going to pass a good time here.
This segment is brought to you by SearchQuest Patent Search. SearchQuest provides for a comprehensive patent search that searches the entire world and not just the U.S. Patent Office. Make sure that before you spend those big bucks having a patent written, you've done your due diligence by getting a comprehensive patent search. Use SearchQuestPatents.com for all your patent search needs. They scour the world for you.
Welcome back, America. That's right. This is the Made in America show, the Made in America radio on the King's Broadcasting Network, along with my co-host, the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton. Rita, I know we have a sponsor. Somebody's got to be paying for this, right?
We do. Our sponsor for this segment is Product Quick Start. Noah McNeely and Product Quick Start has been specializing in making prototypes and manufacturing for inventors. There is only one company when you need a prototype, Product Quick Start and Noah McNeely. So my guest for this episode of Made in America is Bruce and Melanie Thomas. They are the inventors and sellers of retain spray. I was going to go back to the old one there, but I knew that it is retain spray. So, guys, what is retain spray?
We're so excited to be celebrating 1 year of selling Retain, because we rebranded. So Retain is actually an antimicrobial, no rust pruner, cleaner, and lubricant. It says right there in the bottle. So you use it for your pruning tools, your saws, to stop spreading disease on your pruning tools and saws to your plants.
Okay.
So it cleans, sanitizes, and lubricates all in one without rusting.
Okay. All right. So, Bruce, I know that the inspiration came from, when you were a kid. Tell us your story.
When I was 8 years old, I mowed lawns in my neighborhood to go and buy candy at the store to feed my sweet tooth. And the pruning tools that I used when I was not mowing lawns got this black residue stuff on it that disabled the pruning tool from being able to cut very well. My father suggested that I clean it up with oil. All that did was just make the tools more gunky, and it didn't clean the dirt off. So years later, I had a professional landscaping business with a crew, and I decided to use water to clean those tools, but it would make the blades rust. So what I decided to do was go into the laboratory. I'm not a professional chemist, and figure out how to not make that water cause rusting on the pruning tool blades. So I found what's called a corrosion inhibitor and added that to the water. So now I got something that cleans the tools, doesn't make it rust. But after the water evaporates, I still need to make the tool lubricated. So how do you mix oil with water? That was a big question at the time. It is possible to do with chemistry. So I put on my thinking cap and experimented some more, and was able to do just that, mix the oil with the water to create what we call an emulsion. The emulsion would allow me to clean and lubricate. I started selling this product because it was a sideline for my landscaping business, and I sold it to a big landscaping company in San Diego that had a store. It was called Butler's Mill. It had already been in business for about 100 years, and then it finally went defunct long after I had this product in the store, which was called Easy Cut. I actually had a trademark on the name, and I was selling it all over the country, Easy Cut, and it would just clean and lubricate the tools without making them rust. Butler's Mill called me one day on the phone and said that they had a very large superintendent for a landscaping company come in and buy this product, and then came back later and said that if you could make this product kill plant disease on those pruning tools, which by the way can spread the healthy plants on your tools, you have a winner of a product. So that is when I decided to go out of the landscaping business and go into the chemical business laboratory. I actually turned into an amateur chemist. I called big companies like Dow Chemical Company. I told them what I wanted to do, and they would send me free samples. So I got to be the happy scientist in my laboratory making this product do what I wanted it to do. Eventually, I found that a product called Thymol, which is the active ingredient that used to be used in the Listerine, the brown Listerine that tasted really yucky.
Yeah.
Thymol would not make the metal rust, but it would kill the bacteria and fungus plant disease on the tools. Eventually, I went forward and got EPA registration on this product that would clean, lubricate, prevent rust, and sanitize the tool in one step. I was told by some of the local chemical suppliers that it just couldn't be done. So I got to challenge them, and it just gave me more fuel to invent something and create and develop something that would really work, that would do it all. Okay, so I eventually had to pay a lot of money to keep the EPA registration for a pesticide. And about that time, I met Melanie, and Melanie was really interested in this product. And she and her and I decided that we're just going to take the EPA registration down because it was too costly.
Not just that. We got feedback from our customers. They were starting to use this product, and they were like, if this was organic, you'd really have something. I mean, I don't know how many people told us that, especially the avocado growers down here in California. They were really pushing us to go organic. And that Thymol was on the list of not quite being organic. And so, and he hated the EPA. The EPA made us go through so many hoops and had to do so many. It was a long drawn process to get the EPA approval. So this is years and years of research and development that we've gone through to become Retain.
Along that time, we rebranded the product. We called it Prune Master. We had our registered trademark on it, and we went to the Seattle Flower Garden Show. Actually, it was called the Northwest Flower and Garden Show. And there was a customer there that came to our exhibit booth and said, I thought your product was for irregularity for pruning.
They didn't understand the name.
Prunes, that sort of thing. So at that point, I was getting some other feedback from other people that our trademark was not conducive of what the product would do. So Melanie and I went and we brainstormed this, and we came up with this idea to call it Retain. So that is our new registered trademark for the product.
Okay.
On top of that, we did get patent pending on the product. So the chemical will hopefully be protected somehow. So,
all right. Well, right there, I need you to take a break. We've got to go and pay some bills. We will be back with more of your story in just a few seconds. So everybody stick back with us. We're going to tell you more about Retain Spray.
Okay.
If you're an inventor or you know an inventor out there who would just like to be able to have a conversation with other inventors, join the Inventors Roundtable. It's free. The meetings are virtual, so you can be anywhere in America and talk to another inventor. And for a lot of folks out there, understanding the process, being able to ask questions, getting good service provider information is critical to the inventing process. So, got questions? Want to join? It's free, inventorsroundtable.org.
And thank you so much for being with us for this segment of Made in America. All right, it is Inventing 2.0 because we need it, we make it right here in our own backyard. This segment is brought to you by TrueView. It is the only accurate 3D real-time imaging blind spot mirror available. And it is easy to use, easy to install, and it will save your life. Get yours at cargocatch.com. My guest for this segment, I've got two, Bruce and Melanie Thomas, and they are the inventors and masters of retain spray. Okay, so retain spray has had a life and is kind of gone through its own evolution to become an eco-friendly tool cleaning, all right, clipping spray that will keep your plants healthy, and it's good for the environment. And what am I forgetting, Bruce?
We have organic registration with the Washington State Department of Agriculture, which falls under the United States Department of Agriculture umbrella as an organic registered material that can be used in organic gardening or organic processing of plants.
And it lubricates. Crops. And it lubricates to make your tools work better, physically work better, but also protect them from, the moisture and the damage that you get in the garden.
After we got the organic registration, we did go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office to get a patent pending status on the formula because of the date of conception is protected. So we are keeping an eye out for companies that are trying to knock off their product. And we've already seen a few, and they will actually fall by the wayside because if they were actually going to copy our product, they would have to go through the hoops of organic registration. If they try to work around our chemical, they have to work around it so much that according to the patent claims, that the product just virtually would not work.
So we actually need your viewers' help. This is an unknown product, but it's replacing bleach and alcohol. So it's environmentally healthier than what we're using now. It also doesn't rust your tools, so you don't have to replace your tools as often. So we need everybody's help because we're having a hard time with advertising. Advertising is our biggest thing because it's an unknown and it's like a catch-22. We want to get into the bigger stores and have it more readily available for everybody, but they say, well, what's your sales? And we're like, well, we're not, we don't have the sales because we don't have as much advertising. So
sure.
So we need everybody's help.
Are you selling on a website?
We are actually on Amazon.com. We are on Walmart.com. Our website will link viewers to those platforms. However, what we're going to end up doing is in September of this year, we're going to be going to the Walmart Seller Summit in San Diego, close by where we're at. And we're going to actually pitch packaging of our product, which, well, you can't see the picture of it.
It's 2 ounce.
We're going to be putting it in a 2 ounce blister package because the bottle, that's the spray bottle, is flat. And we're going to look at all the different requirements that all the packaging requirements that Walmart is going to require us to have if they're going to even look at it.
So he said all that. He said all that to say, please buy from Walmart because we want to show them that this is needed. We want to show them some sales so we can get it into the Walmart stores.
Well, I actually don't expect your viewers, your listeners to buy this product.
I do.
What we're going to do, what we're going to do
yes,
is
Melanie, think positive, doggone it.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to introduce you guys to Kevin Cody. He was my industry expert on the last segment, and he does sell the Made in America to Walmart. and he has gone through
Oh,
all
good.
of that with some of his other products. So he knows the guys to talk to. Been there, done that, gets them in the stores.
Well, we're going to actually pitch them eye to eye in September at the Walmart Seller Summit in September. Now, from what I understand, the representatives at Walmart there will take the product samples to Bentonville, Arkansas, to let the buyers see it. The buyers will look at it, and then if those buyers like what they see, they'll actually invite us to Bentonville, Arkansas, to pitch them.
Yes. However, okay, keep in mind, if you've got somebody who's already got an inside track,
That's better.
We'll take advantage of that one.
there you go. There you go.
Thank you for the
advantage of
referral to Kevin Cody.
I have to tell you this exciting. We got invited to give a presentation July 3rd at 3:00 at the San Diego Fair. And so we're so excited. So you're talking about America.
San Diego County
What's
Fair.
more American than a fair?
We have a 45-minute pitch live presentation lined up.
We're gonna cover how to prevent the spreading of diseases in your garden, and so
with pruning tools, of course.
Yes, well, and not using your hands to touch everything. You know, people spread it and don't even realize it. So that's what we're going to be covering. But that's July 3rd, 3:00 at the Garden Stage. And now I want to talk about our newest product.
Please
I'm so excited. Yes. I have been a golfer all my life, and so I don't even know how to explain it. It's so exciting. Bruce knows I love to golf, and he says, you know, you can use, I can make a spray for you to clean your golf clubs, just like you do the pruning tools. You can clean your golf clubs. And so he created a spray just for that. It gets the scuff marks off your golf clubs. It gets the dirt off your golf clubs. It cleans your golf balls. It even cleans your shoes and deodorizes your shoes. This is our newest product. It's called OCK, which is Organic Club Cleaner with a K. We're spelling cleaner with a K. And it's completely organic. It's made so you can carry it along with you. So when you're done golfing, your clubs are already clean. So you always have clean clubs. So you're always having a good shot while you're hitting the ball.
Excellent. And you know, it always helps when you've got additional things in your product lineup. So what has been your biggest challenge, you guys?
Well,
just
marketing.
Yeah, marketing really.
It's costly. It can be. And if you're doing the research, you don't necessarily have to spend great amount of money, a great amount of money. I think a lot of the research comes from AI about how to market. And what I've come up with is that, like Google ads, for instance, they can run into a lot of money, and that the people that respond to Google ads, they're on Google search. They're written not necessarily in a buying mode. They're actually most of them do research. And I've recently learned that if we use internal pay-per-click advertising on Amazon, on Walmart.com, and now there's a third platform that I got us onto, which is called Fair Wholesale. Since we're the manufacturer of this product, we can sell case lots of this product to retail stores. And if we're using their internal pay-per-click advertising, that probably is going to create more sales for our product.
Yep. And there's two other big, large platforms out there that are made in America products only. I will email that information to you guys.
Oh, great.
Contact.
Thank you.
Make sure that you're able to get on into those stores because they're wonderful. And the one in New York is a vacation destination. They bus people in from all over the country to shop there. So it's a ton of fun. And so I will make sure I send you both the contacts. But stick with us. We're going to be right back for another segment of Made in America with Melanie and Bruce Thomas and the Retain Spray product that will keep your plants healthy and your tools clean. But right now we're going to go and pay some bills. And if you are manufacturing in America and you would like to be on the radio, I always need a new guest to join me. And you know what? If you are out there and you need legal help, you need manufacturing help, and you want to be made in America, we have got all kinds of resources that we can make available to you if you just call and ask for a little help. It is our pleasure to put you in touch with the right folks. So stick with us, everybody. We will be right back after we go and pay some bills.
True Up, easiest way to hang your pictures. We all know how stressful picture hanging can get. True Up comes with everything you need to level and hang pictures with no damage and no mess. Just peel, apply the adhesive to the back of the True Up mount and press firmly. Remove the remaining adhesive. Use the level and press and hold for 3 to 5 seconds to attach the True Up mount to your wall with a strong hold. The True Up frame adapter is compatible with most frames on the market. Apply the adhesive strip to the adapter, stick, and your frame hangs easily on the wall mount. This lets you adjust your picture side to side for perfect placement every time. The possibilities are limitless, and it's easy on your walls. Picture hanging can be truly a one-person job. True Up, the future of hanging is here.
And thank you so much for being with us for this last segment of Made in America. And my guest for this segment is Bruce and Melanie Thomas, and they are the inventors of Retain Spray. So, you know, as we wrap up now this episode of Made in America, Bruce, what would you like to share with everybody out there besides the website? Do that right now. The website is?
Retainspray.com.
Okay.
RETAIN.
So when you go there, everyone, then click on that buying through the Walmart e-commerce link, because
Buy on Amazon.
And it's,
Walmart.com. Yeah.
you know, you're on Amazon and you're on the e-commerce Walmart website. But it'll link to whichever one you prefer. So Bruce, what do you want to wrap up? What do you want everybody to know?
Marketing. And what's next for that for us is we're going to put our liquid spray product into a sachet. And if anybody doesn't know what kind of sachet is that I'm trying to describe, it's very much like the ketchup and mustard envelopes that you get at the fast food that you tear open and squeeze your condiment onto your food.
Or the Lysol wipes.
And we're going to have towelettes. That's the type of sachet that we're going to do for promotion, free giveaways, because right now we're giving away 2-ounce pump spray bottles, which is very costly. We can print the advertising and promotion materials, go to our website if you want to buy this product. We're also thinking about getting a licensing agreement started. Not initiate, or at least initiate a licensing agreement with a big pruning tool company by putting these sachets into the packaging of pruning tools, so that when the customer buys the pruning tools, they could see this little one-time use free sample. They use it on the pruning tools and say, "Oh, this is making my pruning tool cut better." It kills plant disease on tools that prevents the tools from spreading these plant disease to healthy plants. That sort of thing is going to be the forefront of hopefully a licensing agreement with one of the big tool manufacturing companies for our spray product that maintains the pruning tools. Once again, our product will clean, it'll lubricate, it'll stop rust and sanitize in one step on pruning tools.
And next year, we hope to go into the gallon size for the industrial, for the pros that are doing bath washes. They're washing their tools in these giant vats. So,
okay, let me ask you a question then, as we're kind of wrapping up this episode, is you clean your tool, you disinfect your tool, so it's, not contaminating. Do you have to wipe it down with every clip? How does that work?
No, you don't have to do that. You can actually, while you're in the pruning process, pruning something big, you can just spray it on the tool and it'll lubricate, it'll stop any rust, and it'll actually prevent the spread of plant disease from one portion of a plant, let's say a tree, to the other portion of the tree that's not infected yet by the plant disease. So the end result of our product is that it will make pruning shears and saws cut better, last longer, and prevent spread of plant disease.
Excellent, excellent. So that was a question I'd kind of had for you that had been, swimming around there in my head, and hadn't asked you the last couple of times I'd visited with you about how often does somebody have to do that. So you get ready to go out, you're going to do your pruning. I'm going to go and prune my 2 rose bushes. I need to, spray it, clean it up once, and I'm good to go for that episode.
But you should do it in between the 2 rose bushes, because if the one is sick and you don't know it, you're going to take it to the other one. Matter of fact, at one time I had 30 rose bushes. And so in between each rose bush, I should clean my tools. Otherwise, I could wipe out my whole hedge. So, and people, it's the same way with their garden. They don't realize that I cleaned up this plant because it was sick. I went out there to do that. And then, while I'm out there, I'm going to go and clean up these other plants. And they don't clean their tools. And then later on, they come back and all their plants are dying and they don't know why. So this helps prevent that.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
at the end of the day, Rita, you should always clean your tools with our product before you store them.
Yeah, my husband is absolutely adamant that you use a tool, you clean the tool. You get it all ready for the next time you go in, you're able to get it, and you use the tool, you clean the tool. And so where I may not have been like that, he has taught me after 24 years of marriage, use the tool, clean the tool. And
you have a good husband, Rita.
I know, I do.
You have an
I really
excellent
do.
husband.
Well, most of us don't clean our tools at all. And it's mainly because I had to think about it. It's mainly because it seems like it's too much work. And so our product makes it easy. So there's businesses that they've been telling their people to clean their tools and they don't because it seems like too much work. This makes it easy. They just give them a bottle. They'll do it because it's just easy. Just spray it on and wipe it off.
Use the tool, clean the tool.
Yep.
I get it. So, I want to thank you guys for being on with us today. It has been wonderful. Give us the website one more time.
Retainspray.com. RETAINSPRAY.com.
And
Retainspray.com. There you go.
OCKclean.com.
OCKclean.com. We will make sure that is available on the website when we post this episode. And we're going to do everything that we can to help you get the word out so that everybody knows where to go and get your product. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Please be with us again next week when we will have another episode of Made in America. And if you know somebody out there that wants to be on the radio, you have them get in touch with me because I would love to have them on to tell their story about manufacturing in the good old USA. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next week.